It's actually what we have in our minds around here. So we have a north-side mind, it's called. A north-side is that white stone, and a north-side, you can't find larger quantities of a north-side in the world than here. And the mines we have now is on the left-hand side. That's where we do the mining. So one of the biggest industries in this, not the biggest, but one of the biggest industries in this municipality is the north-side mining business. The biggest one is actually hydropower. In this municipality we just changed both county border and municipality border. And in this municipality of Aurlandsfjord, Flåm is the municipality where you start off. It's just a little village that is part of the larger municipality Aurland. Doesn't have a lot of inhabitants, that municipality either. It has 1,900 inhabitants. In that municipality you find more place you can find more north-side than here. And believe it or not, it's actually on the moon. Large parts of the moon is covered with this white stone on north-side, and that's one of the things that make the moon look white.
Get that one?
I can show you where they're doing base jumping here. Okay, you see this mountain that's the closest on your right hand side with trees on. Just to the left of that mountain you see the other mountain there. And it's a tip that's going a little bit further out. It's not going inwards, but it's going out towards here, and that is called the beak, and that's where they were doing base jumping around in this area.
No way.
So you can imagine how dangerous it is. They only have a couple of seconds before they have to open their parachute.
No way. No way.
If you look down on the right hand side, you can see the stone wall. There are stone walls a little bit everywhere around in this valley. You're now in the valley of Noruega. The reason why they have these stone walls in front of their houses is that since you have so steep mountains on either side, as you can see in our really, really fast with a lot of power. So if we didn't have these stone walls, that jet wind can lift up a car. That's how powerful it is. So you have to have the stone walls in front of the houses. Now it's only about 80 people living around just in this valley, and they say you have to be born here in this valley in order to live here because it's so difficult. Really the beautiful nature that you have around here now with all these little waterfalls coming down the hillside. And some of these waterfalls, I've never seen them as big as now.
I guess we got lucky.
And if you look on your right hand side, you see those small houses with grass on the roof. You might wonder why we have grass on the roof, and that's because it's the old traditional way of building roofs that we had before. Now the way you build a grass roof or a turf roof is that first you got the wooden construction. You can see that almost 90% of all houses in Norway are built in wood, and the wood we use is pine. So first you have the wooden construction. On top of that you got up to 7 layers of bark from birch, and the reason why you use bark from birch is to make it waterproof. And the more layers of bark you use, the more waterproof it is. So 7 layers normally does it. On top of that, you've got 2 layers of grass.
You're going to the bathroom.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, charming. Now on top of the 7 layers of bark from birch, you put 2 layers of grass, 150 goats with only 6 inhabitants. So that's because they're making our famous Norwegian traditional brown cheese. The brown cheese is something you can only find here. Here in Norway, well, we're exporting it, but it comes from Norway. Now we're going to the center of Flåm. You can actually see the train you started off with this morning. That's the green train you have down on your left-hand side. And down on your left you can also see the center of Flåm. So here you'll have 415 inhabitants. Now you have agriculture in this municipality as well, but you have a special type of agriculture, and that's fruit farming. There are a lot of fruit trees around in this area, mainly pears and apples that I advise you to eat before or taste before you leave here, and that's the brown cheese. You can buy slices of it, and it's our milk chocolate because it has a lot less sugary taste than yours. Now the house, can you see the beautiful house there on your right? You can see the one with the dragon heads on the top. It's really inspired by how we built stave churches before, but this is not at all a stave church. This is not at all a stave church because this is a bar. A brewery actually, to be exact, where they brew their own beer. But it's strongly inspired by the Vikings. And the reason why they have dragon heads on the top is because the Vikings believed that the dragon would protect them